I used to be broke as a joke, now I'm having whatever I like. I still been fighting my demons, it's been one hell of a fight. I'm tired as hell, but I swear that I never get tired of trying. I'm cool as a wind, but I still can't let that nigga cross my line. Fuck what you heard, I don't care who you are. Came from the dirt, now I shine like a star. Ask how I'm doing, I'll tell you I'm fine. Look in my eyes, you can tell that I'm lying. Never thought that I would make it this far. I sing my little song as I play a guitar. Was writing this song and I ran out of time.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy 773 Josh, and we are back with another video. And in today's video, guys, as you've seen from the title, I want to give you guys some value, some tips, and some advice on how I actually became a six-figure funded trader. I want to give you guys tips as far as the best prop firms, what you want to look for in a prop firm, give you guys even the prop firm that I've personally used to be able to gain 6 figures in capital and what it actually took for me to pass, get the capital, and become a funded trader and get to my first withdrawal. So let's go ahead and start the video. We're going to sit down and we're going to chop it up, and I'm going to put y'all on game. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you're new to the channel, turn on post notifications, man, so you don't miss out on any of the value, any of the game, or any of the money opportunities I'm actually put y'all on, because that's all we doing in 2025 is locking in bags and opportunities and connections to make 2026 the best year of our life. So get your popcorn, block out distractions, and let's chop it up. My diamond shine flash from cameras, whatever he said. Right, but I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I'm in good spirits, man. Today is Sunday. I had church, and I'm just super blessed. I'm just super grateful for the way life is going for me right now and the things that's happening in my favor. And so I'm not gonna ramble. Let's get right into it, you guys. Your boy has became a 6-figure funded trader. Clap it up, man. Let me hear it, because it was a point of time, y'all, when I first got into trading about 4 or 5 years ago, where I got into trading and prop firms wasn't really a thing. Nobody was talking about it. Nobody was really doing it. And it definitely wasn't as accessible as it is now, if it was a thing back then. But when I first got into trading, I literally put my last $100, $200, something like that into my trading account. And I made $100 my first day, and after that I was losing, I was winning, but I just never knew that I would get to the point of understanding the markets and making money the way that I'm doing now. I've personally been a profitable trader for the past few years, you guys, where I've been able to make more money out of the market than losing money. I've been able to pay bills from the market, and now your boy is a funded trader. I used to be the biggest prop firm hater because, I love freedom, y'all, and I don't really like too many rules and regulations, and that is exactly why I'm very grateful for the prop firm that I personally trade with. So I'm gonna go ahead and put y'all on game. The prop firm that I trade with is TradeX Mastery, okay? And the reason why I actually chose to use this prop firm was actually because I had a partnership with that educational platform. And through this educational platform, when I partnered with them to actually give trade-in resources, tools, and education to my community that I've been building for the past few years, they actually had like an offer where, we were giving away funded accounts for individuals to start trading with. And that's why I was actually exposed to TradeX Mastery. And I started to look more into the prop firm, and I really started comparing the rules and the evaluation process versus other prop firms. And they by far have all other prop firms beat out. Like, a lot of people right now are looking for the wrong things within the prop firms. They're looking for instant access to capital more than they're looking for reliability of payouts. They're looking for the cheapest of prices more than they're looking at the rules to see if it's even something that you could pass or something that's realistic. And so what a lot of people fail to realize about the prop firm industry is prop firms are investing in companies, but they're also selling capital. So it's like they make more money if they sell you the opportunity to get capital and you don't get the capital. They make a lot of money off of that. Like, they probably make more money off of that than they make off of the traders actually trading the capital. And it's not a bad thing. I don't look at it as a negative. Some people look at that and they call scam because a lot of people fail. that's no prop firm's fault that you're not as skilled as a trader and you're gonna pay for an evaluation account before having the skill. A lot of people are paying and looking to get lucky to get the capital instead of educating themselves, getting skilled, and then investing in the evaluation account to get the capital. So it's not that the prop firms or the prop firm industry is a scam. There are prop firms that are scams where you buy accounts, you pass, you get all this, you grow the account, and they don't want to pay you out, right? So that is a thing, and that's why I'm very, very grateful for the partnership that I've been able to create with TradeX Mastery, me being able to trade their capital as a funded trader. But not only just that, but me being able to put my community in position to trade with a trustworthy prop firm. So first and foremost, I wanted to get that out the way so you guys were already aware of what prop firm I use. Now I know that there are a lot of futures traders and other traders who use Apex and Top Step and this and that. First and foremost, I really don't care for a prop firm that has a monthly subscription because you're paying a month and you might not even be gaining anything from it. Like I look at paying a monthly subscription on a prop firm completely different than paying for a monthly subscription for like a course or an education, because it's like with the course and the education you're getting better. But if you're paying for the prop firm and you're not even using it, like I have a Top Step account and I just pay for it. I don't even use it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't use it, and it's just randomly I remember that I have the account when I see the transaction on my bank statements that they took I think it's like $99 a month that they take away, or $50 to $99, something like that. They take it out of my account every single month, and it's because somebody convinced me. They're like, Josh, you should trade gold with the futures and this and that. I'm like, all right, whatever, I'm gonna do it. So I did it, and yeah. But I want to go ahead and share with you guys how I became the six-figure funded trader. So the process was, I first had a $50,000 account, and I got a YouTube video. If you have not seen a YouTube video, go check it out. But I have a $50,000 account that I actually passed, I believe when I was here in Atlanta. I was at home, I woke up, I took a trade, and I passed my $50,000 account. And then literally right after that, I got my first payout, and I used that payout money to buy a 100K account. And I passed that 100K account literally in 8 days. And I had a win rate of 80%. So I'm going to pop up a screenshot maybe somewhere right here for you guys to be able to see that. But literally, all I had to do in phase 2 was make $5,000. And so I was like going crazy trading gold. I was literally hitting gold for big moves. And all my analysis and my strategy was just so sweet. I'm not gonna lie, like I was winning very consistently. And so how it happened for me was the 100K account. I was taking regular trades where I would risk, maybe like 1% of my account, something like that. I would risk like 0.5% or 1% of my account for the day. And I would literally be in good enough profit, right? There's a consistency rule of like 60%. And so I'm not really too familiar with what all of that means or like what that requires, but you can't like pass the account quickly. You can't pass the account in a day. There's a minimum amount of days that you got to trade. There's no maximum. You don't have to do it in a week. You don't have to do it in 30 days. You get as much time as you need, but you just have to be consistent with your profits. So I just was like, all right, well, I know that I'm going to take losses at some point, right? So my daily goal was like to make $1,200 a day. So my first day trading the account, I hit for $1,200. The second day trading the account, I hit for $1,200. The next day, I think I had like a $600 loss. And then I made more money. And then it got to a point to where it was certain days where I wanted to just get the minimum days out the way. So the minimum days were 5 days within that phase 2. And so I literally was just opening and closing random positions with small investments. I think I made like 78 cents or something like that just so I could get another trading day qualified. And then the next week, I think I took a couple more wins and maybe like one more day of a loss that week. And I passed and I became a funded trader. Now I have access to over $150,000 in trading capital. And I do have another 50K account that I'm in phase 2 of. I haven't really traded since. I haven't traded it at all in this phase 2. But Yeah, man. That's just where we're at right now, you guys. I became a six-figure funded trader. Now it's time for me to withdraw six figures from these funded accounts. Yeah, y'all. Right now, just to be very transparent with you guys, on my 50K account, I was doing very, very well. I started, going back on my discipline, and right now that account is below the 50K mark, maybe like $400, and then my 100K account. 100K account is like down like $4,000 or something like that right now, which is nothing major. 4,000 ain't nothing to 100K. I just gotta, just get back to what I needed to do. And I literally lost 2,000 this past Friday. Today is Sunday. I lost 2,000 Friday, and it wasn't even because I was wrong. My analysis was correct. The problem is that sometimes I set my stop losses a little too close to where the overall setup will still be an A+ setup, but my stop loss is just an F. My stop loss is just a little too close to where the market, goes and grabs liquidity and hits my stop loss, and I'm one of the losers before the market decides to take off and pay out the winner. So, it is what it is. But just the accomplishment of passing the accounts just goes to show, like, I can do it again. If I pass one account, I can pass a second account. If I can pass a second account, I can pass 1,000 accounts, and that's just the way that I look at it. But I just want to go ahead and give you guys some tips about prop firms, and the best way that I personally believe that individuals can pass their accounts. So one of my biggest tips is do not trade the prop firm like a live account. And what I mean when I say that is early on when I first started trading prop firms, I would look at that bigger account and I would look at my profit and losses as if I was trading in a smaller account. So like, let's say you got a few $1,000s in a live account, a $300 loss, a $400 loss, $500 loss is like kind of a little bit of a big deal. But if you got a 100K, a 50K account, and you take a $300 loss, like that's nothing. That's not much. And so you have to really shift your mindset from realizing that, for one, in the evaluation phase, you're not trading real money. But that doesn't mean be reckless with it. But that does mean that you shouldn't be super attached to the losses. And that's where a lot of people in live accounts and in prop firms, that's where they mess up. They get too attached to the money that they're winning or losing. And, that's where my second piece of advice is going to be very important. You have to focus on percentages over dollar amounts. So when you're trading, right, for example, let's say you got a profit target of 10%, like TradeX Mastery in phase 1, you can't lose 5% in a day and you can't lose 10% overall. So at the end of the day, it's an evaluation. So you do want to be a little bit aggressive in order to make the 10% target and not just be profiting and losing, every day and, not really seeing much progress on the account. So what I was pretty much doing is I was risking 0.5% within like 2 setups. I would risk 1% max daily, and I would take, if it's a good setup, I'm only taking one setup and I'm only going to risk that 1%. And what that does is, you're not going to lose every day. If you got a good strategy, or let's say you're following signals from somebody who has a good win rate and you're confident in it, you can risk 1% a day and never lose your 5% if you're maxed out at 1%. So let's say you got a 10K account and you risk 1% a day, that's $100. That's not, your 5% is 500. So you're nowhere near 500 for the risk. And if you're good, you're probably going to be having, 1 or 2 setups to where you're risking $100 to make 200 minimum. And so if you're doing that in 5 days, you could take 200 times 5. Let's say you win 5 days in a row and you make that 1 or 2, you're going to have the $1,000 already. But let's say you win 2 days. So you're up $400 and you lose 1 day. Now you keep it at the 1% of 10K. So now you're up $400 and you're still only risking 100. So if you take a loss, you lost 100, but you're still up 3%. So now in order for you to just lose the evaluation in the phase 1 where you could only lose 10% overall, 5% in a day, and your target is 10%, you're going to have to lose 10 days in a row. And you have to really be terrible at trading to lose 10 days in a row, lose 1% 10 days in a row. And where most people in trading mess up is they'll lose 1% today, they'll over leverage and lose 2% tomorrow, then they'll double down and now they're losing 4%, then they want to play it safe and now they're just stacking little baby losses and baby wins because they are now only risking 0.3%. Now they're under risking. And so, that's another big thing. I would say prioritize percentages over dollar profits and dollar losses, because dollars is what makes us emotional as traders. When you're somebody, everybody has a different dollar tolerance. And so what I mean when I say that is if your car note is $400, if your rent is $1,000 and you're only getting $2,000 paychecks a month or $2,500, of course, seeing a $600 loss is going to feel some type of way for you, because that is considered a lot of money compared to what you earn in your paychecks. But if you focus on percentages, you won't be and it's going to be easier to walk away, and it's going to be easier to be okay and say, I can only lose 5% a day, and I know that I won't even get close to that because I'm only risking 1%. So I feel like that's something that'll give you confidence as a trader, and going through the prop firm process to where you're not super emotional. Now, my next piece of advice is understand that you don't have to trade every day. You don't have to pass the account if it's a minimum of 10 days trading, you don't got to pass in 10 days. Let it be 15 days. Let it be a month. Let it be let it come when it's supposed to come. Because you stressing out how fast and you trying to hit it fast, you're going to lose the account fast. Just be patient and understand that there's no time, there's no requirement for you to get rich quickly. Understand, if you are able to stack wins, just the average good wins, if you could stack average good wins, you're going to successfully pass the account. And also, you're going to successfully get a withdrawal, because a lot of people, they focus so much on passing that they luckily pass, and now they can't luckily get a withdrawal because they didn't do anything that was duplicatable to pass the account. Now that they got the funded account, they don't know what to do. Now they got the real capital, and now it's time that they can make real money. They don't have a system to follow again to say, okay, well, this is what worked for me before. You just took some lucky setups and you risked whatever and you luckily passed. And so now you don't have a blueprint to continuing to grow the real account. Now, my next piece of advice, you guys, will be don't compare yourself to other people. It's very easy to do that if you're constantly watching traders and you got a timeline and an algorithm full of just traders and trading, to where you're now looking at this person making all this money and you think that you should be doing it. No, lock in on your journey, right? I used to, when I first started trading the prop firm, I'm like, man, I need to hurry up and pass this because, I make good money on my live account. But if I want people in my community to know it's possible to pass and get a withdrawal, I got to get it done. And those were the days where I was just losing unnecessary money, or those were the days that I was just taking bad setups because I was being thirsty. Don't be thirsty with the market. You don't have to trade every day, and you're going to pass the account in due time, you guys. So I just wanted to give y'all some quick tips. I wanted to let you guys know that I am a funded trader now, so that when I do start dropping videos showing y'all that your boy done withdrew 10 bands, your boy done withdrew 5 bands, y'all got some advice and some tips on how y'all could get there at the same time that I have, if not faster. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section below your biggest takeaway and what you enjoyed about this video. And make sure, again, you hit that subscribe button and you stay tuned. If you are somebody right now also trading a live account and you need a good broker, or, right now the broker space is very, very wacky. So I also, in the description box below, will give you guys a link to where you could use the prop firm that I use, and also there will be a link in the description box below to where you guys could use the live account that I use. I trade with Genesis FX, and it's a broker that offers very quick deposits, very low spreads. It's not super risky, and it's a broker that I trust. And the payouts, the withdrawals are fairly fast, and they got a lot of amazing resources, and a lot of great things that are actually on the way that I've heard about. So yeah, you guys. For all my traders out there, stay safe, get that money out the markets, be patient, and trust your setups, trust your trades, and stick to your trading plan. And I'll see you guys in the next video. We are out.
Nowadays all of my enemies wanna be friends.